Life has a way of testing us when we least expect it. Sometimes it feels as though the world is pushing against us, whispering that we're not strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough to make it through. But the truth is, every challenge we face holds within it a hidden gift, the chance to grow, to discover who we truly are, and to realize that strength was inside us all along. When life becomes difficult, most people think it's a sign to stop, to retreat, or to give up. But those who rise above, the ones who truly succeed, see challenges differently. They see them not as walls to block their way, but as doors waiting to be opened. Think about it. Every person who has ever achieved greatness, from inventors and leaders to artists and dreamers, faced obstacles that seemed impossible. But they didn't let fear define them. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They took one brave step forward, even when the path was uncertain. You see, the secret to overcoming challenges is not about removing them. It's about learning to walk through them. Every time you choose courage over fear, growth over comfort, and hope over doubt, you build resilience, the invisible armor that protects your spirit. There will be moments when you fail. There will be times when nothing seems to work. But remember this, failure is never final unless you stop trying. Every setback teaches you something valuable, how to adapt, how to improve, and most importantly, how to keep going. Sometimes life will whisper to you, "You can't do this," but your heart must answer, "Watch me," because strength doesn't come from what you can already do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. And here's the truth. Even the hardest storms eventually pass. The rain stops, the clouds part, and the sun returns. Just like that, your difficult moments won't last forever. What will last is the person you become because of them. Stronger, wiser, and unbreakable. So the next time you find yourself in the middle of a storm, don't run from it. Walk through it. Trust that every challenge is shaping you into someone who is capable of even greater things. You're not defined by what happens to you, but by how you respond. And when you choose to rise, again and again, life will open doors you never thought existed. Have you ever noticed how two people can go through the same situation, yet experience it completely differently? One person sees a problem, the other sees an opportunity. One focuses on what's missing, the other focuses on what's possible. The difference between them isn't luck or talent. It's the way they think. Our minds are the most powerful tools we'll ever possess. They can build us up or break us down. The thoughts we feed our minds become the stories we live by. If we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, we begin to live small. But if we tell ourselves that we are capable, worthy, and strong, we begin to grow into that belief. The power of the mind lies in its ability to create meaning. Every moment, every situation can be interpreted in countless ways. You can choose to see failure as a dead end or as a lesson that guides you closer to success. The choice is always yours. Positive thinking isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing hope when things aren't. It's about believing that no matter what happens, there's always a way forward. Let's imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's exactly what will grow. But if you plant seeds of courage, gratitude, and belief, your life will begin to blossom with possibilities. The great thinkers, the inventors, the dreamers of history, they all had one thing in common. They understood the power of their own minds. They didn't let negative voices define their future. They believed, even when no one else did. Every morning, when you wake up, your thoughts start shaping your day. If your first thought is, "I can't," your day becomes a struggle. But if you wake up thinking, "Today, I'll try again," you give yourself permission to succeed. You see, the world doesn't change when you achieve something. It changes when you change. When your perspective shifts, when your mindset evolves, when you decide to see possibility instead of limitation. And here's something powerful. Your thoughts don't just affect your emotions. They affect your body, your energy, and even your relationships. A positive mind radiates confidence, warmth, and resilience. It draws good things closer. So train your mind like a muscle. Catch negative thoughts before they take root. Replace them with better ones. Tell yourself, "I can handle this. I've done difficult things before, and I'll do it again." Over time, that becomes your truth. Gratitude is another key to a strong and positive mind. Every night before you sleep, think of 3 things that went right, no matter how small. The more you focus on the good, the more good you'll start to notice. Remember this: what you focus on expands. If you focus on fear, it grows. If you focus on hope, it multiplies. Your mind is not your enemy, it's your greatest ally once you learn to guide it. Speak kindly to yourself. Believe in your strength. See the good in others and in your journey. Because once your mind believes, your life begins to follow. There's a moment in every journey when you start to wonder whether it's all worth it. When you've been working, trying, pushing, and the results just don't seem to come, that's the moment most people quit. But that's also the exact point where perseverance makes the difference between giving up and breaking through. See, success doesn't arrive overnight. It's not a single big victory. It's the small, repeated efforts that no one sees. It's showing up every day, even when you're tired, even when motivation fades, even when progress feels invisible. Perseverance is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. It's not about being the smartest, the fastest, or the most talented. It's about being the one who refuses to stop. Think of a sculptor working on a block of marble. Every strike of the hammer seems to do so little. But slowly, piece by piece, something beautiful begins to emerge. That's what consistency looks like. Each day, a small strike, and over time, a masterpiece. We often overestimate the power of intensity and underestimate the power of consistency. Anyone can work hard for a day, but few have the discipline to keep going when no one's watching, when applause has faded, when results are delayed. That's where the true test begins. Remember, even the tallest tree started as a tiny seed. It didn't grow overnight. It grew quietly, slowly, but steadily. It faced storms, winds, and seasons of silence. Yet it never stopped reaching for the light. The same is true for your dreams. There will be moments when it feels pointless, when you wonder if anyone notices your effort. But the truth is, every bit of effort counts. Every small step forward adds up. Perseverance is not glamorous, it's not loud, it's quiet and stubborn. It's the decision to try one more time, and then one more after that. And sometimes the hardest part of the journey isn't doing the work, it's believing that your work still matters. But it does, because every repetition, every lesson, every tiny improvement builds momentum. Look at history's greatest achievers. Athletes, inventors, writers, entrepreneurs. Every one of them has failed more times than they've succeeded, but they all shared one simple rule: never stop showing up. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. A little progress each day eventually becomes a lot. And when you look back, you'll realize that the things that once seemed impossible became possible simply because you didn't give up. So when you feel tired, rest, but don't quit. When you feel lost, pause, but don't stop. When you feel like nothing is changing, remember growth is happening beneath the surface where you can't yet see it. Consistency is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Keep walking it, step by step, day by day. And one day, you'll look around and realize you made it. No one achieves greatness alone. Behind every success story, there are mentors, friends, and quiet inspirations who help light the path. Sometimes they teach us directly. Other times, they inspire us simply by the way they live. We all need people who remind us of what's possible. Those who lift us when we fall, guide us when we're lost, and challenge us when we settle for less. These people don't just change our path, they change us. Think about the people who've influenced you most. A teacher who believed in you, a friend who encouraged you, a stranger whose story stayed with you. Their words and actions may have seemed small at the time, but they became part of who you are today. Inspiration doesn't always come from grand speeches or famous names. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments. Watching someone work hard, seeing someone forgive, or noticing the kindness of a stranger. Those moments remind us of our shared humanity. Mentorship is one of the most powerful forces in personal growth. A good mentor doesn't walk the path for you. They simply shine a light so you can see your own way more clearly. They've walked through the storms you're now facing. They know the doubts, the setbacks, the fear, and because of that, their guidance comes with understanding. But here's something important. Inspiration isn't just something you receive, it's also something you give. You may not realize it, but your story, your struggles, and your resilience can inspire someone else right now. You don't need to be famous or perfect. You just need to be real. Every time you choose kindness instead of anger, courage instead of fear, or persistence instead of giving up, someone watching learns from you. That's how inspiration spreads. Not in shouts, but in whispers. Not through perfection, but through authenticity. We often wait for great people to inspire us, forgetting that greatness lives in ordinary hearts. Look around. The world is full of quiet heroes. The single mother working late to provide for her children. The student who studies after everyone sleeps. The artist who keeps creating even when no one is watching. They are reminders that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it simply endures. And if you ever feel alone in your journey, find a voice, in a book, a podcast, a mentor, that reminds you who you can become. Because learning from others doesn't make you less original, it makes you wiser. You take their lessons, their energy, their courage, and build something uniquely yours. One day, someone will look at you the same way you once looked at your heroes, and they'll find strength because you didn't give up. That's the beautiful cycle of inspiration. Dreams are beautiful things. They're the spark that lights the fire inside us. The vision of what could be, the whisper that says, there's more to life than this. But here's the truth. A dream without action will always remain a dream. Every great achievement in history began as an idea in someone's mind. But ideas alone don't build bridges, write books, or change lives. Action does. And yet, action without direction is just movement. That's why setting clear goals matters so much. When you have a goal, you give your energy a destination. You give your days purpose. It's like drawing a map. Without it, you might keep walking, but you'll never be sure where you're heading. Start by asking yourself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect, not what sounds impressive, but what truly sets your soul on fire. Once you find that, write it down. Make it real. Because a written goal is no longer just a thought. It's a commitment. Now break that big dream into smaller, reachable steps. You don't climb a mountain in one leap. You take it one step, one breath, one day at a time. Each small win is a brick in the foundation of something greater. And remember, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. You don't have to have everything figured out before you start. Most people wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect mood, and they end up waiting forever. The truth is, the perfect time is now. Action creates clarity. Once you begin, you start learning what works and what doesn't. You adjust, you grow, and you move closer. Even when it's slow, keep moving, because momentum is powerful. Once you start, it's easier to keep going than to start again from zero. There will be distractions. There will be voices, inside and out, telling you it's too hard, too late, too risky. But ask yourself this: what if it works? What if this is the thing that changes everything? Don't let fear of failure stop you from trying. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every step you take, even the ones that don't go to plan, brings you closer to who you're meant to become. So set your goals, make them clear, visualize them every morning. Then act. Do one small thing every day that brings you closer. It could be a phone call, a page written, a workout, a new skill. It doesn't matter how small. What matters is that you begin, because action turns dreams into reality. And before you know it, what once felt impossible becomes part of your story. Remember this: a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action becomes reality. So go on, dream it, plan it, and most importantly, do it. Your future self is already waiting to thank you